Imagine graduating from your high school and your parents giving you a gift, not a phone, not a laptop, not even a car. A new face. Sounds unbelievable. In this country, plastic surgery has become so normal that many students receive cosmetic procedures as a graduation gift. Here, 1 in 3 young women have gone under the knife. Plastic surgery is as common as going to the dentist. Here, a 23-year-old girl walks into a clinic, gets her face restructured, and comes out looking like a complete different person. This is South Korea, a country where changing your face is so normal that people openly discuss with friends, family, and colleagues. 1 in 3 women aged 19 to 29 in South Korea have undergone plastic surgery. Let me repeat it. It sounds insane. 1 in 3. In United States, that number is 1 in 50. In Europe, it is 1 in 100. In South Korea, it is 1 in 3. And the market size 81,000 crore annually. That's larger than the entire pharmaceutical industry of most countries. But how did an entire country become so closely associated with plastic surgery? And more importantly, how did beauty become such a massive business? To understand this, we need to go several decades back. This did not happen overnight. After the Korean War, US surgeons like D.H. Millard came to South Korea to perform reconstructive surgery, fixing war injuries on soldiers and civilians. But they didn't just fix injuries, they also introduced cosmetic techniques like double eyelid surgery. This is a crucial moment because it was here Koreans first started believing their face and body could be changed through surgery. In 1961, Yoo Jae-deok formally began performing plastic surgery in Korea, and this is where training and education in the field began. But the real boom came in the 1980s when Korea's economy was rapidly growing. People had more disposable income and demand for cosmetic procedures just increased. But this demand was not only because people had money. This demand rose because of two major reasons. See, today when people think about South Korea, they think about K-pop, K-drama, technology, beauty. But South Korea was always not a rich country. After the Korean War, the country was poorest in the world. For decades, the government's focus was simple: industrial growth, economic development, education, exports, and the strategy worked. Hyundai Motor Company, LG Corporation helped to transform South Korea into one of the richest countries in Asia. But rapid economic growth created something else: competition, lots of competition. South Korea became one of the most competitive societies in the world. Competition in schools, universities, jobs, careers. Students compared for top grades, graduates competed for top companies, and over time, appearance started to become another area of competition. Now, whether it is fair or unfair, it is a separate debate. But many South Koreans began believing that appearance could influence. First impressions, interviews, headshots were required with job applications. Matchmaking services, which are still common in South Korea, require photos, and discrimination based on appearance is legal and real. Companies can literally reject candidates because they don't look attractive enough. There is even a term for it: lookism. It is a discrimination based on physical appearance, and in South Korea it is systematic. Women are told explicitly that their career prospect depends on how they look, so they feel forced to get surgery, not because they want to, but because society demands it, to compete for jobs, get promoted, to find marriage partners. This isn't a choice, this is coercion, and it is creating a vicious cycle where women are trapped in endless pursuit of a beauty standard that is literally unattainable. Because as soon as one procedure becomes standard, clinics market the next procedure. Everyone has done the eyelid surgery, now you need to do the nose job, and the chin contouring, then the jaw reduction. The goalpost keeps moving and women keeps chasing. Second reason is K-pops and K-dramas. Over the last 2 decades, South Korean entertainment spread across the world. Groups from organizations like HYBE, SM Entertainment helped create a global fascination with Korean culture. Millions of people started to watch Korean celebrities, following Korean fashion, using Korean skincare products, and admiring Korean beauty standards. Suddenly, beauty was no longer just a domestic industry. It became part of South Korea's soft power. The same way Hollywood influenced fashion for decades, K-pop started influencing beauty trends worldwide. To understand how massive this is, let me break down the numbers. South Korea performs 1.23 million plastic surgery procedures annually, and 92.5% of these procedures are done on women. Women are undergoing surgeries at a rate that would shock most countries. And age breakdown: women aged 25 to 35 undergoes 35% of all procedures, meaning a quarter of all South Korean women in their mid-20s are altering their face and bodies. The market generates 87,000 crore annually, but by 2035 it is projected to reach 1 lakh crore annually. This isn't a small niche market. This is a massive growing industry. Most people think plastic surgery grew because people wanted to look better. That's only part of the story. The biggest reason is demand. Millions of people were willing to spend money on improving their appearance, and businesses quickly noticed. Soon South Korea began producing highly trained surgeons, specialized clinics, advanced cosmetic techniques. An entire industry started forming around beauty. And nowhere was this more visible than one district in Seoul, Gangnam. It is a neighborhood in Seoul and it's become plastic surgery capital of the entire world. In 2022, Gangnam clinics alone generated 70% of Seoul's plastic surgery revenue. That's 67,000 crore flowing through one district only. In 1 year, think about that. More revenue than the entire GDP of some countries, all flowing through clinics in one neighborhood. 75% of Seoul's 2300 clinics are located in Gangnam, meaning you can't walk down the street in Gangnam. Every storefront, every building, every corner, you will find a clinic. A single clinic can generate 2 to 4 crore annually, and a surgeon working at top clinic can earn more than 50 lakh annually. That's more than top IT executives, more than bank CEOs. The money is staggering and it attracts the best talent, the most ambitious entrepreneurs, the most cutthroat business operators, all converging in Gangnam to make money from this beauty business. Now here's where it gets interesting. 45% of this doesn't come from South Korean women. It comes from international patients, tourists flying to South Korea especially for plastic surgery. Medical tourism generates billions. In 2019, it was 1.2 billion US dollars, and post-COVID, that number skyrocketed. Chinese nationals make up 38% of foreign plastic surgery patients. Why? Because South Korean surgeons have become legendary for their skills, and it's cheaper than surgery getting done in China. Also, the quality is better. Japanese women fly to South Korea for surgery. Southeast Asian fly to South Korea because they trust their Korean surgeons more than their own, and the price point is attractive. A double eyelid surgery costs 50,000 to 1 lakh in South Korea. In United States, it is 2 to 3 lakh. Plus airfare and hotel, you still save money. And you get the Korean look, which has become aspirational globally. The Korean look is specific. Big round eyes, smaller face, higher cheekbones, V-shaped jawline, and suddenly the entire world wants it. The Korean wave exported K-beauty standards globally. Now let's look at what procedures are being done. Double eyelid surgery accounts for 21.6% of all procedures. That's 2,66,000 cases alone in 2022. Why? Because Asian eyelids naturally doesn't have a crease. Surgery creates that Western style eyelid crease. It's the most common procedure, so common that it's almost a rite of passage. Girls get it done on high school or college. Rhinoplasty or nose job accounts for 7.5% of procedures. That's 92,000 cases. Again, making nose more westernized. Higher bridge, sharper teeth, breast augmentations, 72,000 cases, which is 5.8% of all procedures. Liposuction, chin contouring, jaw reduction, face slimming. The procedures are endless and they are not one-time events. Many women get multiple surgeries, touch-ups, revisions, new procedures every year. The average woman who starts getting surgery doesn't stop after one. She becomes a repeat customer. And clinics, they love repeat customers because repeat customers are predictable revenue. So how the money is made? Let's break down it into 3 layers. First, domestic demand. In 2023, South Korea recorded 1.1 million procedures, 85% of which were performed on women. Second, medical tourism. This is the most profitable part. In 2022, medical tourism generated 5.9 trillion, 45% of total revenue. In 2023, Chinese nationals made up 38% of all foreign patients. So if you are in Beijing or Shanghai with the money, a plastic surgery vacation to Seoul is a completely normal trip. Get surgery, recover, shop, and fly back home. Third, technology and R&D. In 2023, the industry invested 500 billion into R&D. This investment goes into developing advanced, less invasive techniques, which then become a competitive edge in the global market. Plus, the entire ecosystem employs 50,000 people: surgeons, nurses, consultants, marketing teams, recovery centers, beauty clinics. Everything is interconnected. Eyelid surgery alone generates 3 trillion annually, and on top of that, online booking platforms handle 40% of all reservations, and celebrity endorsement drives 25% of sales. This means the industry isn't just selling surgery, it's selling marketing, influencing culture, and convenience. You can book a surgery from your phone, like booking a table at a restaurant. But here's what nobody talks about: the psychological cost. When 1 in 3 women in your country has had plastic surgery, what happens to the women who haven't? They feel inadequate, not good enough, because the beauty standards has been raised so high that the natural beauty is now being considered below average, and it starts young. Girls as young as 13 to 14 get consultations. Parents are literally pushing their children to get surgery. Some parents give surgery as graduation present, like congratulations on your graduation, here's your new nose. The message is clear: your natural face wasn't good enough, and this creates a psychological spiral. Girls grow up believing their natural appearance is deficient, that they need surgery to be worthy, to get jobs, to get boyfriends, to fit in socially. It's not vanity anymore, it's survival, and the mental health consequences are catastrophic. South Korea has one of the highest suicide rates in the developed world, and beauty-related psychological issues are a significant factor. Depression, anxiety, body dysmorphia, low self-esteem, these are epidemic in South Korea, and they are tied directly to the plastic surgery obsession. Because when you keep modifying your appearance, you never feel satisfied. There's always another positive, another flaw, another reason to go back under the knife. It becomes an addiction, and like all addictions, it destroys lives. The interesting thing is the industry is still evolving. Some younger generations are pushing for broader definitions of beauty. At the same time, medical tourism continues growing, cosmetic technologies continues improving, and global demand remains strong, which means the industry is unlikely to disappear anytime soon. The question is whether future growth will be driven by surgery alone or by a broader beauty ecosystem that includes skincare, wellness, cosmetics, non-invasive treatments. South Korea didn't become the plastic surgery capital of the world overnight. It happened because culture, competition, entertainment, tourism, and business all pushed in the same direction. And when millions of people wanted to look better, South Korea didn't just build clinics, it built an entire industry around beauty itself. Most countries export products, some export technology, some export natural resources. South Korea found a way to export beauty, and that's what turned appearance into a multi-billion-dollar industry. I hope you learned something new from this video. If you enjoy this kind of smart business and industry breakdowns, make sure to subscribe and hype the video so that it reaches to more people and you can watch this video next. I will see you in the next one. Till then, bye.